Curly Howard was born on October 22, 1903 in Brooklyn, New York. His birth name was Jerome Lester Horwitz. He's known for being an actor. He played Curly in the farce comedy team called the Three Stooges. He was my favorite. Who was yours? He joined the Three Stooges in 1932. His nickname was Babe because he was the youngest child in his family. They started calling him Curly because Shmp's wife was also nicknamed Babe. Mo and Shmp were his actual brothers. Larry was a friend. He replaced Shmp, who got a good acting opportunity he couldn't turn down. Shmp would eventually replace Curly when he could no longer work. He had no formal training, but his comedy instincts made up for that. He was a good athlete and dancer in high school. This would be good for his physical humor. Starting in 1944, his health started slowly declining. He had hypertension as well as alcohol and gambling problems. A stroke in 1946 forced him to quit showbiz. He hoped to start filming again when or if he got better. He was married 4 times and had 2 children. He died in 1952 from multiple strokes. He was 48 years old. Larry Fine was born on October 5, 1902 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His birth name was Louis Feinberg. He was a member of the Three Stooges. He was in over 200 shorts and full-length movies. Their zany brand of humor has made millions of people laugh throughout the years. His frizzy hair, distinct voice, and reactions were so memorable. Mo, Curly, and Shmp were brothers. Larry was just a friend. I'm curious, who was your favorite Stooge? He was way more than a goofball who was always tortured by Mo. It's hard to imagine Larry as a real, talented boxer. But he was. As a kid, his arm was burned by hydrochloric acid. His father used it to test if gold was real. Supposedly, Larry thought it was a drink, so he picked it up and almost put the bottle to his lips. His dad knocked it out of his hand, but some of the acid got on his arm. He needed a skin graft. The doctors recommended he take violin lessons as a form of therapy. He became so good at it that he played professionally. While playing in a vaudeville act, he met Shmp Howard and Ted Healy. Eventually, he started performing with them, and they evolved into what we now know as the Three Stooges. He wasn't very good with money. He had a gambling problem, and he'd loan people money and never ask for it back. He was married once and had 2 children. He had type 2 diabetes. He died in 1975 from several strokes. He was 72 years old. Joe Besser was born on August 12, 1907 in St. Louis, Missouri. He was an actor and a comedian. After Shmp Howard died in 1955, Joe replaced him in the Three Stooges for a couple of years. He didn't try to imitate Curly or Shmp, which I think was a good idea. It must have been hard to replace 2 legends. He played a wimpy and whiny character named Joe. He insisted not to be hit more than necessary, leaving Larry to take more punishment from Mo. He was only in 16 shorts for the Three Stooges. His time ended after Columbia shut down their 2-reel comedy department. Plus, Joe needed to take care of his wife, who was sick at the time. His autobiography was called Once a Stooge, Always a Stooge. He started out in vaudeville and got work on radio and eventually TV and films. He played the character Oswald Stinky Davis on Abbott and Costello. He appeared in a lot of TV shows including Batman, The Joey Bishop Show, The Don Rickles Show, and The Jack Benny Show. He did voices for some cartoons such as Fred Flintstone and Friends, Shirt Tales, and his last project, My Smurfy Valentine. He had a minor stroke in 1979. He was married once for 56 years and had no children. His first cousin, twice removed, is a comedian and an actor named Matt Besser. Joe died in 1988 from heart failure. He was 80 years old. Mo Howard was born on June 19, 1897 in Brooklyn, New York. His birth name was Moses Harry Horwitz. He's known for being a comedic actor. In his 60-year career, he was in over 250 films. He was a member of the Three Stooges, and he's mainly considered the boss or leader. He insisted that none of them were ever hurt too badly from the many hits he gave out. He said he probably got hurt the most. Curly and Shmp were his real-life brothers. He really wanted to be in show business from an early age. He dropped out of high school early. He started out running errands for performers at Vitagraph Studios. They let him appear in some movies. He met Ted Healy in 1909 and they became friends. They laid the groundwork for what would become the Three Stooges. When Curly was near the end of his life, Mo made sure he received the best care possible. He was married once for over 50 years and had 2 children. His wife was a cousin of the illusionist Harry Houdini. Mo died in 1975 from lung cancer. He smoked cigarettes, pipes, and cigars his entire adult life. He was 77 years old. Shmp Howard was born on March 11, 1895 in Brooklyn, New York. I've seen some sources say he was born on the 17th. His birth name was Samuel Horwitz. He got the name Shmp because his mother had a thick accent, and when she said his name Sam, it sounded like Shemp. He's known for being an actor. He was actual brothers with Moe and Curly from the Three Stooges. He was jokingly called the ugliest man in movies. Along with Ted Healy, he was an original member of the Stooges starting in 1923. He had a better acting opportunity come along and he left. Before acting, he attended a trade school to become a plumber. He started performing in the vaudeville circuit with and without Moe. He reluctantly rejoined the Stooges in 1947 after Curly could no longer continue. He didn't want them to be out of work. It was impossible for anyone to replace someone as charming as Curly. Shmp was in over 70 short films with Larry and Moe. He was married once and had one child. He died in 1955 after suffering a heart attack while being driven home after watching a boxing match. He was 60 years old.